The favourites to win the World Cup 2026 are in Group H. Spain, Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, and Cape Verde. You can probably guess who it is. The Spanish. They're 5-1 on the exchange to win the World Cup 2026, and they're shorter on the majority of sportsbooks. There's a lot of confidence in the Spanish here. And listen, I think it looks quite a straightforward group for the Spanish, Group H here. I'd be very surprised if they didn't qualify. But we're going to go through the group as a whole, look through each team, look for the prices, and see if we can find some value here. Okay, so Spain to win the group 2-9, Uruguay to win the group 7-2, Saudi Arabia 16-1. Yep, 16-1. Maybe add a couple of zeros onto that. And Cape Verde 50-1. You can add 100 zeros onto that. But that's it. Okay, so on to Spain, ranked second in the world. And listen, this is a top side, and they have the emergence of Lamine Yamal in their Spanish side, and they look very, very dangerous. The Spanish here, they have such a strong squad as well. They're looking fresh. They've got experience. They've got legs in this team as well, and I think they look very, very dangerous, the Spanish here, and I'd be very, very shocked if they weren't able to get out of this group. I think it'd be an act of God. Not a lot to say about the Spanish right now. We're going to do more videos on Spain in particular. But let's be honest, you'd be a very brave man to be laying Spain not to qualify or win this group, especially qualify. And then we go on to Uruguay, right? So can we find an angle here with Uruguay or potentially another team in here to finish second? Ranked 17 from the world, 7-2 to win the group. And I think 7-2 is quite short. I know we've got some rags in here, some long shots, but I think 7-2 is a bit of a long shot. And listen, they have some decent players as well. Obviously, they got Verde, and they're a Real Madrid player, and you might have a little bit of needle with some of the Spanish players as well, especially the Barcelona players. And I don't think it's going to be difficult for Uruguay to get out of this group. That's my view on it. I don't think it's going to be difficult for Uruguay to get out of this group. I mean, they have so many good players in the past as well, the likes of Suarez, Cavani. I like the Uruguayan squad. There's no big time Charlies in this team as well. They've got Ugarte. I mean, they've got some good players in this team as well, Uruguay. I mean, I think they're a solid side. And just sort of looking at the outright market as well, I know Spain are 5-1 favourites to win the tournament. I mean, Uruguay are 100-1 to win the World Cup. And, if they get a favourable draw in the knockout stage, they could get to the quarterfinals, in my opinion. And I think that Uruguay 100-1 outright market on the exchange right now is overpriced. And I think there's a trade there. I think they could get to the quarters. They'll get past the knockouts if they get a favourable knockout draw, but they're in my opinion, they're going to get out of the group. They'll finish first or second. That could be a good trade there. You back them at 100, you can lay them off at 60s, 50s, or even 40s if you get a little bit of that. It could be impressive. They could put it up to the Spanish. You might be able to get a 3-1 winner on the trade. That's how I kind of look at this. I don't think I wouldn't be diving in on Uruguay to qualify at say 1-5 or there's 1-7 there. I'd be looking to trade the outright market because I'd be confident they're going to get out of the group. I think there's more value there. Okay, but let's go on to the other teams that are in the group. So we got Saudi Arabia ranked 61 in the world, and listen, their highlight was obviously beating Argentina 2-1 in the World Cup opener in the World Cup at Qatar. Listen, they've got a couple of good players. They've got Salim Al-Dawarzi. I mean, apart from that, there's nothing really else in this league. I mean, they've got a few players in the Saudi Pro League. I think realistically, the best the Saudis can do here is finish third. And again, I know Uruguay aren't the force of old, and this could give them an opportunity for second spot. But I think Uruguay will just have enough to get past the Saudis. And obviously, you've got the last team in here as well, Cape Verde. I do think they're going to be the whipping boys, unfortunately, in this group. But I don't think, if you told me maybe 4 years ago, the last World Cup, Saudi Arabia and Uruguay, you would have a lot on Uruguay. But I don't think they're the force of old, especially in their attacking options. Obviously, still got Valverde, Real Madrid vice captain. They've got quality in the middle of the park, but up front, could be lacking a little bit. But still a solid team. They've got more than the Saudis. But I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as many people think. And if we get onto Cape Verde, I mean, they should be the whipping boys here. Smallest population in the world, 550,000. Ranked 69 in the world, 50 to 1 to win the group. 50 to 1's crazy, isn't it? And they should be 5 million to 1, in my opinion. I mean, they've got players from Shamrock Rovers in here, Pico Lopez. They've got a lot to find here. I think it would be a miracle if Cape Verde could get out of this group. And, I think it's going to boil down to, if Spain, if they can keep things respectable against Spain, maybe 2-3-4-0, and also Uruguay, it could come down to, can Cape Verde have a shock against Saudi Arabia to finish third or fourth? That would be the way that I would see it. Looking at the betting, right? I can't have Cape Verde to win the group. I think that's absolutely insane. Okay, and just looking at the betting, I think that Cape Verde are 13 to 8 to qualify here on the exchange. So they're near enough the same price as Saudi Arabia here. So somebody thinks Cape Verde could have a shock here. I think that there could be potentially 2 bets in here. I think that Uruguay in the outright market at 100 to 1 could be a bet here. It's a trade. Get to the knockout stage, and then you've got the option to trade them out. You can make a profit green up. And then if you want to hold a little bit, maybe take a risk and see if you get to the quarters, you could trade out even more. You could lay them off at a shorter price. And I think a bet here could potentially be Cape Verde to finish third and get out of the group, and that way through another mechanism. I think Saudi Arabia could be, and the more I look at it, right, this is how we're going to do it, right? Spain to win the group, no shock there. Uruguay to finish second. And we're going to spice this up a little bit. We're going to go Cape Verde to finish third and Saudi Arabia to finish fourth. I think Cape Verde will get spanked by Spain. I think it'll be respectable against Uruguay. And I've got a sneaky feeling that Cape Verde will turn over Saudi Arabia. I think that could be the shock. Could be the shock here. And yeah, that's how we're going to play it. Okay. First, second, third, fourth. But I'd like to know your thoughts on it. Do you think I've got this one wrong? Do you think Spain are a certainty to win the group? What do you think about Uruguay? Saudi Arabia to finish last year, wooden spoon. Cape Verde, could we have a shock here? I want to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comment section how you would rank them. And if you agree with me or disagree with me. And also make sure you like, follow, subscribe so you get all my latest World Cup betting previews. You get all my betting previews as well. And also join my racing community or my football community in the description or the link in bio. Get the free bet offers as well. Take advantage of it. But we will be back for Group I. We're going to go through that together. We're going to make some money. Let's go.